Being an NRI is tough. You need to find a new place to live, cook with new ingredients, learn to drive on the wrong side of the road, and every time you convert your expenses in dollars to Indian rupees, you get a mini heart attack. I understand your plate is already full, so I'm not going to make empty promises like, it is a great time for NRIs to invest in India. It can be. It depends entirely on how you answer these questions. Do you or your children plan to return to India in the future? Are you looking to diversify by parking some money in India? If the rupee continues to depreciate, will the currency conversion and taxes still make the investment worthwhile? If you ask me, I want diversification. That is why I'll park some of my money in India. I want high liquidity, aka the freedom to get my money back to my country of residence whenever I need to. But above all, I believe in India's long-term growth. I have hope. This is why I would invest in the Indian stock market. If you don't relate with my reasons, or if you're not as optimistic as me, then you should stop watching. But if, like me, you are an NRI and looking for a place to invest in India, then this video is for you. Zerodha is India's largest stockbroker, but I like them because of their free educational tools like Varsity that improves financial literacy among Indians and NRIs. Plus, with Zerodha's Kite app, I get full control to track and modify all my investments back in India. So it doesn't matter if you have never had an account with Zerodha or had an account with them back in India, or hold a foreign passport with India as your birthplace. I promise, by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to open your account and start investing in India. Because in today's video, we are going to see the basic NRI investment terms you must know, like NRO, NRE, etc. A step-by-step guide to opening a new Zerodha NRI account or converting your existing resident account to an NRI account. I'll show you how I gathered my documents, got them notarized, couriered them to Zerodha, and received my login details. This video is part 1. In part 2, I'll show you how I actually use my Zerodha account and what I can buy in the Indian stock market as an NRI. It might seem complicated, but by the end of this video, I promise the whole process will seem easy peasy. Let's begin. In the Zerodha universe, there are two types of NRIs. Those who are brand new and those who had a resident account while living in India but now need to convert it to an NRI account. No matter which category you fall into, the first step is the same. Let them know you are interested in opening an NRI account. To do that, scroll down to the description of this video and click on this link. It'll take you to the Zerodha sign up page. Enter your number, name and email ID. Then choose either NRO or NRE, depending on the type of account you want to open. Don't worry, I'll tell you the difference in a minute. Click continue and you'll receive a reference ID. Make sure you save it because we'll use it later in the video. The email address you enter here will be used by Zerodha for in-person verification. I'll walk you through those steps later in the video. Now, before you open an account, here are some key terms you need to understand. Term 1, NRI. A non-resident Indian is someone who has lived outside India for 182 days or more in a financial year. And as an NRI, you need to convert your regular savings account in India into either an NRO or NRE account. Failing to do so can result in your account being frozen, penalties, or even legal action from the Reserve Bank of India. So let's just get it done. Which brings us to Term 2, NRO and NRE. This might sound confusing at first, but it's not. Just stay with me. NRO stands for non-resident ordinary and NRE stands for non-resident external. The first question you need to answer is, should I convert my Indian bank account to an NRO or an NRE account? To help you decide, here's a helpful article by Zerodha that lists some differences. An NRO account is used to manage income earned within India, like rent, dividends, or pension. It accepts deposits in both Indian and foreign currency. An NRE account, on the other hand, is meant for parking your foreign earnings in India. It only accepts deposits in foreign currency, and the best part, the interest earned is tax-free. In short, I'd open an NRE account if I don't earn any income in India, I don't have any expenses in India, and I only need to send foreign currency to India. But I'd go with an NRO account if I earn income in India, like rental income. I need to deposit both Indian and foreign currency, and I want to trade in futures and options, since NRIs can only do that through an NRO account as mentioned in this article. Futures and options sounds like a big word, I know. If you're a complete beginner and want to first understand the difference between investing and trading, what are stocks, ETFs, then check out this video right here. It breaks down the basics of the Indian stock market in the simplest way possible. So these are the core differences between NRO and NRE accounts, but I highly recommend calling your bank as well because some finer details can vary from bank to bank. So did I convert my Indian bank account to an NRO or NRE account? Of course NRO, because I have some money in India and I want to use that money to invest in the Indian stock market. Plus, only NRO accounts accepts deposits in Indian currency. NRE accounts don't. But you should pick the account that works for you, because the account you choose will decide what kind of demat account you can open, which leads us to term number 3, PIS and non-PIS accounts. Okay, this part can be a little tricky, but we'll get through it. As an NRI, you can invest in India through 2 routes: PIS, Portfolio Investment Scheme, and non-PIS. Let's look at this article by Zerodha that lists their main differences. To open a PIS demat account, first your bank account needs to be in one of these banks. You'll also need your bank to get a PIS permission letter from the RBI. PIS accounts have higher brokerage fees and annual maintenance charges. In comparison, non-PIS accounts are simpler because they don't need any permission letter and they're cheaper, both in terms of brokerage and annual maintenance charges. But here's the key difference. If you want to invest in India using your NRE account, then you must open a PIS account, because non-PIS accounts only support NRO accounts. This is too much. Let's simplify. If I want to invest money that I have in India, I'll open an NRO account with my bank and a non-PIS account with Zerodha. But if I want to invest my foreign income, then first I'll need to open an NRE bank account with one of the 5 partner banks. Ask them for a PIS permission letter from the RBI and then open a PIS account with Zerodha. You can choose the option that fits your needs, or even open both PIS and non-PIS accounts by submitting 2 separate sets of forms. That said, Zerodha recommends the NRO non-PIS route as it has fewer restrictions and lower costs. But you do you. If you ask me, I'll only be opening an NRO non-PIS account. Now that you know the difference between NRE and NRO, you can scroll down to the description of this video, click on this link, fill in your details and choose the type of account you want to open. For an NRE PIS account, select NRE from the drop-down. And for an NRO non-PIS account, select NRO from this drop-down. Click continue and make sure you save this reference ID somewhere because we'll need it later. Now that we've covered the basics, let's go ahead and open an account. To open an account as an NRI, I need to check 3 key things. Let's start with the first. Is my PAN active? To check that, I'll follow these steps listed on the Zerodha website. I'll go to the Income Tax Department portal, click on Know Your AO, enter my PAN number and mobile number, enter the OTP sent to my mobile, and click Validate. It says my PAN is active, so I am good to go. But if your PAN is not active, just drop an email to Zerodha at forms@zerodha.com with your reference ID and they'll guide you through the process. Next, as this article states, I need to update my residential status to non-resident on the ITD website. For that, I'll click on this link and then log in to my ITD portal. I entered my PAN number. Full disclosure, I did not know my password. So I first reset it using this link and then I logged in. Then I clicked on this icon and went to my profile. Clicked edit. I changed my residential status to non-resident and I hit save. So according to Zerodha, I needed to do 2 things on the ITD website, the Income Tax Department website. Check if my PAN is active and change my residential status to non-resident. The next thing to check was, is my KYC verified as an NRI? Know Your Customer is a process financial institutions use to verify your identity. Since my address has changed to an overseas one, I need to update my KYC with my new foreign address. According to Zerodha's guidelines, to do that, I need to get these 3 documents notarized: PAN card, passport, and foreign address proof. Foreign address proof can be any of these documents. Now, how to get them notarized? I'll give you 3 options. First, you can do it through any of these authorities near you, or you can check out Rupee Flow, which notarizes documents from these countries. Rupee Flow is a Zerodha partner, and I've left their link in the description in case you want to check them out. And if you're in India, you can simply visit a Zerodha office with self-attested copies of these documents. No notarization needed. Here's what I did. I asked my friends for a reference of a local public notary, booked an appointment with them and got all my documents notarized. It cost me around $100. I'm sure you'll find a more affordable option among these. Go with that. I could not use Rupee Flow because currently they do not serve Canada. Moving on. I'm keeping my notarized documents safe because I need to scan and send them to Zerodha for review. I'll show you how to do that in the next section. Relax. And the final step is to fill the rest of the forms. To make the form filling process easier and error-free, it's better to have all your details organized in one place beforehand. Details like PAN number, current overseas address, where you currently reside as an NRI, permanent address, maybe as mentioned on your passport, NRO bank account details, including these, tax identification number, and validity date of the tax document. Some documents I kept handy are Indian passport, PAN card, address proof, this can be any of these documents. I'm using my driver's license. Income proof document, any of these documents would work here. And a 6-month bank statement. This can serve as both bank proof and income proof. I noted down all my details in a Word document. After that, it took me hardly 15 minutes to fill out all my forms. Moving on to forms. If you're an existing Zerodha customer wanting to simply convert your resident account to an NRO non-PIS account, then jump to this timestamp for your form requirements. But if you're a new customer, keep watching. On a side note, if you're an existing customer and instead of NRO non-PIS, you want to open a PIS account, then you need to close your resident account, then open a new PIS account, and you'll be treated as a new customer. Moving ahead, this article lists the documents needed for new customers, both PIS and non-PIS. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to look at non-PIS document requirements. Each form includes a sample guide to help you fill it out correctly. Be sure to read everything carefully before signing. With all the necessary details ready, let's quickly see how to fill out these forms. First is the application form. If you see the sample form, you'll notice that it needs a PAN number, current overseas address, and bank details. Next is the DDPI form. Whenever you sell your equity, this authorizes Zerodha to debit those securities from your demat account to perform that sale. I wouldn't send this form because I prefer to do it online after my account is created. Next is the FATCA declaration. It needs a tax identification number. If you're in USA, it's your SSN number. In Canada, it's SIN, and so on. This form needs your tax identification number and an overseas address. Next is the FEMA declaration, which needs a sign and a date. Fourth is the PO box declaration, which needs an overseas address. Fifth is an NRI client's details forms. You'll need your tax identification number, the type of address proof you're submitting, and a ticket number. Remember to come back to this number later because you'll receive it after sending your scanned documents to Zerodha. I'll show you those steps in a minute. Next, I'll need a copy of my passport, front, back, and visa page of the country I'm currently in. I also need to get this notarized. Next is notarized and self-attested PAN copy. Then address proof. For Indian address proof, I would provide my passport. For overseas address proof, I would provide my driver's license. But any of these documents would do, both self-attested and notarized. Immigration document is required if you're currently in India and submitting all of these documents directly to the Zerodha office. Self-declaration is if there is a mismatch in the name of your supporting documents. For bank proof, a cancelled check from your NRO account would do, but I would submit the last 6 months bank statements because it would also serve as income proof. And finally, for income proof, any of these documents would do. If you're self-employed, then a 6 months bank statement or your Form 16 are good options. And that's it. So to sum it up, if I was a new user, these are the documents I would be sending. These notarized documents would serve to both validate my KYC as we discussed earlier and to open a new account. Now that you know which documents are required, you can skip ahead to this timestamp to see the next steps in the process. Just like you, I want to convert my resident account to an NRO non-PIS account. Here are the steps as listed on the Zerodha website. First, I need to clear any balances, close open positions, and ensure that my name and signature on these forms match with those on my current account. If you want to verify what signature you had used at that time, then you can go to this document link on the Zerodha website and download your signature. Or just ask the Zerodha team, they'll help you. As I mentioned earlier, I gathered all of my personal details in a document, plus each form includes a sample guide to help you fill it out correctly. Let's get started. First is the equity application form. It needs a PAN number, overseas address, and permanent address. Make sure you read what you're signing. Next is the account closure form. To see these two IDs, log into your Kite app. go to Profile. You'll find a 16-digit number here. The first 8 digits are your DPID and the next 8 digits are your BOID. And the number below your name is your client ID. You can mention these IDs here. And this form needs an address. Next is the account modification form, which needs BOID and DPID. A reason for modification, PAN and addresses. Next is the FATCA declaration form. It needs my PAN, address and my tax identification number. As you can see, the tax identification number is SSN if you're in the USA, SIN if you're in Canada, and so on. Next is the FEMA declaration that needs a date and a signature. The NRI client declaration form needs the tax identification number and the address proofs being provided. For item 7, I'll select no because I prefer doing it online instead of submitting a DDPI form. And item 10 needs a ticket number. Remember to come back to this number later because you'll receive it after sending your scanned documents to Zerodha. I'll show you those steps in a minute. Next, I need a self-attested and notarized copy of my passport, front, back and a visa copy of my current country of residence. A self-attested and notarized copy of PAN, a self-attested and notarized copy of Indian address proof, which for me is my Indian passport. And for overseas address proof, I'm going to use my driver's license, but you can provide any of these documents. These two are required if there is a change of name. An immigration copy is only required if you're submitting these documents at a Zerodha office in India. Since I'm applying from overseas, this document isn't necessary for me. A self-declaration form if there's a minor mismatch of names. Banker letter in case my signature has changed. For bank proof, a self-attested cancelled check or a bank statement from the NRO account is required. I'll be providing a 6-month bank statement from my Indian NRO account, which will serve as both bank and income proof. And for income proof, any of these documents would do. If you're self-employed, you can also provide a 6-month bank statement or Form 16. So here's the final list of documents that I had ready. If there's a name mismatch across any of your documents, you may also need to include additional proofs like marriage certificate, bank letter, or a self-declaration as we discussed earlier. Once all of your documents are ready, here are the steps to follow. Step number 1, registration. Scroll down to the description of this video and click on this link. It'll take you to the Zerodha sign up page. Enter your details and then choose NRO or NRE depending on the type of account you want. Click continue and you'll receive a reference ID. Make sure you save it. Step number 2, print all the required forms on A4 sheets. Then fill and sign them. Also get a printout of your documents like PAN card, passport, address proof, etc. Step number 3, notarization. Get your documents notarized and self-attested. I got my passport, PAN card and driving license notarized. If you want to see how to get your documents notarized, you can go back to this minute. Step number 4, email your documents. Scan or take clear photos of your documents and email them to forms@zerodha.com. In your email, you can mention the reference ID you generated in step number 1. Step number 5, the Zerodha team will review your documents and let you know if any corrections are needed. They'll also send you a ticket ID, which you will need to enter in your NRI declaration form. And finally, once everything is approved, courier the documents to the Zerodha office address provided in their email. I'm not sharing the address here since it may change. So be sure to confirm the correct address with the Zerodha team before sending your documents. 2 more things. Sometime during the process, the Zerodha team will ask you to perform an in-person verification. They'll send you a link and you need to capture a photo of yourself along with an OTP. To ensure a smooth verification process, please use the same email address you entered in step number 1 during registration. Then select the same account type, NRO or NRE, that you chose earlier using my referral link and click continue. Next, enter the OTP sent to your email and click continue again. You'll then be prompted to take a live photo of yourself holding the displayed OTP. Once done, click on Save IPV and the verification process will be completed. And second, the website says I need to send a 500 rupee check as opening fee. However, Zerodha confirmed that this isn't necessary. Instead, the amount will be added as a debit in my ledger and auto-deducted once I start investing. And that's it. That was easy, wasn't it? The tough part is done, I promise. In the next video, I'll show you how I use my login ID and password to buy and sell on the Indian stock market as an NRI. And if this video has reached you late, then hi, I'm from the future. I've made that video already and you can watch it by clicking right here. And if you have relocated to Canada and want to understand what TFSA, RRSP and RESP accounts are, then you can watch these amazing videos where I break down the basics of Canadian finance for you. Trust me, you won't regret watching them. I am Taskeen, this is The Urban Fight, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon because we respect your time and make videos that are crisp and to the point. I'll see you in the next video.